Next, we continue our series on exploring new energy conservation methods in China's Harbin. To battle the region's 6-month-long winter, one community that was built 20 years ago incorporates many simple yet effective heat conservation methods that still works even today. Yet, loss of heat through windows remains a big problem. For the solution, we head back to Taiwan to see how a professor at National Taiwan University of Science and Technology has formulated a next-generation window that not only insulates but also generates power as well.
This is the Songshan housing complex in the city of Harbin, Heilongjiang Province. The 20-year-old community is the oldest energy-friendly community in northeast China.
The community sits on a plot of land about 180,000 square meters in area. It fits the criteria for the first stage of energy conservation. Between the walls is insulating rock wool.
The community incorporates many ingenious energy conservation designs that are not costly. For example, the north-facing doors are designed to open against the winter wind to minimize heat loss.
When you enter the complex, there's another door inside to open once you close the first door. This prevents cold winter air from entering directly.
All the buildings here face south to maximize heating from the sun. It is also cost-effective.
Even in the coldest of Harbin's winters, houses here can remain around 18 degrees Celsius above zero only by relying on the sun's heat.
Though large windows provide ample lighting, they are not energy efficient. Given the same area, a window loses 5 times more energy compared to a wall. And thus there's a building code here, specifying window-to-wall ratios.
The window-to-wall ratio should be 0.3. That means windows should not take up more than 30% of a wall. The heat transfer coefficient should be brought down from 2.0 to 1.8 as well.
The lower the heat transfer coefficient, the better the thermal insulation, thus keeping homes warm in winter and cool in summer.
This is the worst window. Look, the figure is 80-something. Whether it's infrared or UV light. Here the infrared is 61 and UV is 76, so it's just tricking you to think it's safe. Now this UV is 0 and IR is 4. This basically cuts off all UV and IR light.
Currently, the research for the world's next generation of energy-saving glass is being done right here in Taiwan, and Professor Yang Jinghua is a lead researcher in the area. The glass he formulated has a layer of photovoltaic film, which can transform 70% of the sun's ray into electricity. Another layer of insulation film inside reflects the remaining UV and infrared light out for absorption.
A square meter of this can generate 90 watts. What does this mean? A typical energy-saving light bulb uses about 20 watts, so a panel of this can light 5 of these light bulbs.
This new invention can reduce air conditioning costs by half in summer and heating costs by 1/3 in winter. How well does this new glass insulate? Let's do a test. By using a 500-watt heat lamp as a heat source, the thermometer behind a regular glass keeps on rising, while the one behind the new glass hardly rises at all.
In a cold environment, say 5 below zero outside, the inside will still be about 5 degrees. So there will be a 10 degrees Celsius variance. In a hot environment, that figure increases to about 15 degrees. In our experiment, we've shown a temperature difference of 15 degrees at noontime.
The effectiveness of this new glass is heavily dependent on the angles at which it is placed.
Set on a slanted roof, when the light is perpendicular to the sun, it will function at 100%. However, if it's set like a window, which means it's not at a perfect angle to the sun, the efficiency will decrease by about 80%. On the northern hemisphere, the glass has to face south. On the south, it has to face north. Why? Because the way the glass is exposed to the sun from 8 in the morning till 5 in the afternoon.
The temperature outside is kept from interfering with the room temperature. Thus, this new glass will work in winter as well. But will this glass block out more than it has to?
If the sun is too bright, we actually need to reduce the shine. But the photovoltaic film in the glass can cut away the sun's intensity, and you can still work comfortably inside without the need to turn on the light.
This new glass will lose only about 1% of its efficiency every year. Cost-wise, a full return on investment for this green technology is expected to be between 4 to 5 years. It certainly is something worthy of all our attention in our search for a better tomorrow.